You're welcome to Flip TV. I am Matilda Omenai. The headlines: Federal government bows to public pressure and reverses pardon list. EFCC arraigns 3 and vessel for alleged 25 million oil theft in Lagos. NDLEA seeks court order to seize socialites Pretty Mike's Club over drug party. Now the news in full. Federal government bows to public pressure and reverses pardon list. In deference to public criticism, President Bola Tinubu yesterday revised downward the list of convicted persons considered for pardon in exercise of his constitutional power of prerogative of mercy. Dropping a number of controversial names contained in the initial list, Tinubu issued instruments granting pardon and clemency to the affected individuals and reduced the sentences of some convicts across the country. Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi, senior advocate of Nigeria, who disclosed the development, said the federal government has concluded the review of the presidential prerogative of mercy recently granted to persons serving various jail terms in the country. This was contained in a statement yesterday. However, Senior Special Assistant in Public Communication to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Frank Shuaibu, said Tinubu's U-turn on pardon to some convicts was an act of shame, not wisdom. Breaking down the review, Presidential Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, explained that certain persons convicted of serious crimes such as kidnapping, drug-related offenses, human trafficking, fraud, unlawful possession of firearms, arms dealing were deleted from the list. Ononuga added that some who had hitherto been pardoned in the old list now had their sentences commuted. He explained that the review became necessary considering the seriousness and security implications of some of the offenses. The need to be sensitive to the feelings of the victims of the crimes and society in general. The need to boost the morale of law enforcement agency and adherence to bilateral obligations. Tinubu had shortly after the recent Council of State meeting announced pardon for 175 inmates, but the gesture was greeted with strong criticism due to some of the persons listed as beneficiaries of the presidential pardon. Chief among the names was Miriam Sanda, who was sentenced to death by hanging in 2020 by a high court of the Federal Capital Territory for killing her husband. Biliaminu Ahmed Bello, her sentence was upheld by both the Court of Appeal and Supreme Court, but the AJF, adding an apparent response to public concerns, explained that no inmates approved for clemency under the recent exercise of the President's power of prerogative of mercy has been released from custody. EFCC arraigns 3 and vessel for alleged 25 million oil theft in Lagos. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) on Wednesday, October 29, 2025, arraigned a vessel, MT Austria, and 3 individuals before Justice Mojisola Dada of the Special Offences Court sitting in Ikeja, Lagos, over allegations of petroleum theft involving over 25 million litres of premium motor spirit belonging to NNPC Retail Limited. The defendants, Captain Raimundo Panaligam, Chief Officer Reneno Villarin, and Mr. Vincent Weyers were charged alongside the vessel on a 4-count charge bordering on conspiracy and stealing. According to the charge, the defendants conspired to steal 25,354,000 litres of premium motor spirits, offences said to be contrary to the sections 411 and 280 of the Criminal Law of Lagos State 2015 and punishable under Section 287 of the same law. All defendants pleaded not guilty to the charges when they were read to them. Following their plea, prosecuting counsel Bilikisu Buhari prayed the court to set a trial date and remand the defendants in a correctional facility. She prayed the court not to grant them bail. The applicant was a flight risk, that they had nothing to lose if they jumped bail or abscond from trial. However, the defense team informed the court that bail applications had already been filed and urged that the defendants be allowed to continue under the bail conditions earlier granted by the EFCC. Justice Dada wrote the defendants should continue on the existing EFCC bail conditions and subsequently adjourned the case on November 17th and 27th, 2025 for the commencement of trial. NDLEA seeks court order to seize socialites Pretty Mike's Club over drug party. The chairman and chief executive of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Buba Marwa, has disclosed that the agency had filed a forfeiture suit against a Lagos nightclub owned by socialite Mike Nwogu, popularly known as Pretty Mike. The agency had on Sunday raided a drug party held at Proxy nightclub located at 7 Akin Adesola Street, Victoria Island, Lagos, where operatives arrested over 100 attendees, including the club owner and his manager, Joaquin Millery. The NDLEA said the operation followed intelligence that the organizers had circulated flyers inviting people to what was described as a drug party. In an update issued on Tuesday, the agency's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, said undercover operatives infiltrated the club, made pre-purchases of illicit drugs, and monitored activities for about 4 hours before storming the premises between 11 p.m. on Saturday and 3 a.m. on Sunday. Babafemi said operatives recovered 384,886 kilograms of Canadian loud, a potent strain of cannabis and other illicit substances from the club storage area. Speaking during the NDLEA's annual commendation and award ceremony in Abuja, where 15 senior officers were decorated with new ranks and several personnel recognized for outstanding performance, Mara said the forfeiture suit followed the raid after the club owner brazenly advertised a drug party, openly encouraging patrons to indulge in drugs. According to him, the agency would not allow a culture of impunity to take root in the entertainment sector or any part of the country. While commending efforts for their dedication despite risks and temptations, Marwa said the agency's reward and recognition system has strengthened morale and improved operational outcomes. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us. I am Matilda Omenai.